I'll admit it. When she first laughed, I felt the knife twist all over again. Her voice echoed in that cold courtroom, sharp as broken glass. Half your millions, and that estate of your grandmother's, mine, too. The gallery chuckled. Even her attorney smirked. She thought she had me. And for a long time, I let her believe it. I married Claire 10 years ago. Back then, she was all warmth and light. Or so I thought. We built memories in the estate my grandmother left me, hallowed halls that smelled of lavender and wood polish, where every corner carried her presence. I told Claire it was untouchable, sacred. She nodded, kissed me, and promised to protect it too. Promises rot fast when greed seeps in. At first, I ignored the signs, her late nights, the sudden taste for expensive wine, the quiet phone calls she'd end the moment I entered the room. I told myself love demanded patience. But patience is what betrayers feed on. The truth came one night when I opened her laptop to find a document she forgot to close, a draft email to her lawyer. She was plotting to strip me bare, accounts, shares, and the estate. Every line of it dripped with contempt, as though I were just an obstacle between her and the life she thought she deserved. I remember the coldness that settled into me then. No anger, just silence. That silence is what saved me. I didn't confront her, not once. That would have ruined everything. Instead, I became a shadow. First, I moved my liquid assets quietly, legally, with precision. Shell companies, trusts, transfers timed so carefully even her lawyer couldn't trace them. Then the estate, that was the jewel she wanted most. So I buried it where no law, no court, and certainly no Claire could ever reach it. I placed it under a heritage trust in my grandmother's name, one that disqualified any claimant not of direct bloodline. The paperwork was airtight. Meanwhile, I let her keep spending. Designer dresses, first-class flights with her friends, all funded by joint accounts I knew she'd drain. I let her think she was clever. Let her think she was winning. The irony was delicious. Every dollar she wasted, every move she made only tightened the noose I had been weaving. By the time the divorce proceedings began, Claire was radiant with arrogance. She strutted into the courtroom like a queen arriving for her coronation. Her lawyer painted me as the cold, unfeeling millionaire who owed her the world. I said nothing. I let the show go on. Then came the moment she couldn't resist, the laughter, that cruel, triumphant sound when she declared she'd take half my millions and the estate. The judge raised an eyebrow. The gallery buzzed. Claire smirked, eyes burning into me, waiting for me to crumble. I didn't. Instead, I reached into my briefcase, pulled out the thick envelope I had prepared months ago, and slid it across to the judge. Check again, I said. My voice was calm, almost bored, but the weight behind it shifted the room. The judge opened the envelope. Inside, certified documents, notarized filings, every thread of the web I had woven. He read, paused, then looked up straight at Claire. And then he laughed. Not a chuckle, a sharp, uncontrollable laugh that silenced the entire courtroom. Mrs. Turner, he said, still smiling. You filed claims to assets that are no longer his. They were never yours to begin with. This estate belongs to his grandmother's trust. You, madam, have no claim. The color drained from her face. Her lawyer shuffled papers, stammering, searching for a lifeline that wasn't there. The courtroom murmured like a storm brewing. Claire's eyes darted to me, wide, disbelieving. I only tilted my head, just enough for her to understand. I let you walk into this trap. The judge continued, voice steady, almost amused. Furthermore, given the financial evidence presented, it appears the joint accounts were voluntarily depleted by Mrs. Turner. Mr. Turner, however, has maintained his assets through legitimate means. The court finds no basis for her claim to half his millions. Her laughter from earlier now sounded grotesque, echoing in memory. The smirk was gone, replaced by trembling lips. She had played her hand too loudly, and I had played mine in silence. When it was over, I stepped outside into the cold afternoon air. The sky was gray, heavy, but I felt lighter than I had in years. Claire emerged minutes later, red-eyed, her perfect makeup streaked, her lawyer avoiding her gaze. She tried to speak, but I didn't let her. Silence was the final insult, because what words could matter now? She had lost everything she thought she could steal. And worse, she realized she had never really known me at all. I walked away, each step measured, unhurried. I could still hear her laughter from earlier, that cruel, greedy sound. But now it belonged to me. It would haunt her, not me. And the estate, it still stands, untouched, protected, a fortress of memory she'll never lay her hands on. Justice isn't loud. It's quiet, precise, inevitable. And as I closed the chapter of Claire Turner, I felt no regret, only clarity. She played games with fire. I burned her with silence.